My name is Sahira, and I'm here to teach you the beautiful art of belly dance. The finger cymbals are a beautiful and ancient instrument and have long ties to the history of belly dance. So if you are a belly dancer or one in the making, you're going to want to learn to play the finger cymbals. And I am here to help you do just that. Getting started with the finger cymbals is fairly easy. Getting really good at them is something that takes a bit more time. But in this video, I'd like to talk to you about what does it take to get started with finger cymbals. Well, of course, first you need to get a good pair of finger cymbals. I have so many cymbals in my collection and I love them all for different reasons. But to get started, you really only need one pretty good, small, beginner-sized pair to get you going. One of my absolute favorites are the Saroyan Arabesques. I like them in brass because I really enjoy the lower tones of the brass finger cymbals. You can find a link to those here in the description, but really any finger cymbals will help you get started. And if you would like a further list of recommendations, I highly recommend checking out my video that'll talk you through some of my favorite finger cymbals so you can choose from there. So once you get a hold of a pair of finger cymbals that you really enjoy the sound of, and this is super important, you're going to want to enjoy the sound because you're going to be playing them a lot. Once you get a hold of a pair, I'm going to recommend that you sew the elastic into them. So a lot of zills, they might come with safety pins and you can safety pin the elastic, and that might get you started. That way you can kind of adjust the finger cymbal tightness to something that feels good for you. But once you find that sweet spot where they're tight enough to stay on as you dance, but not so tight that your fingertips fall off, you're going to want to go ahead and sew them in. It's a pretty easy thing to do. And if you'd like more information on that, I also have a video on how to sew your finger cymbal elastic. So when my students first put on a pair of zills, I tell them to just play. It's exploration time. You want to put these on your fingers. And the way that you're going to do that is you're going to put one on your thumb and one on your middle finger. Where that elastic goes is going to be somewhere between the last knuckle of your finger and the bed of your nail, and sort of where you feel most comfortable with that will take some time to figure out. No matter what, you want the zills to be nice and tight so that if you wiggle your hands, they don't fall off. The last thing you want to be doing is having to hold on to your finger cymbals to prevent them from falling at the same time that you're trying to play them. So make sure when you put those zill elastics on that they're nice and tight so you can do whatever you want with your hands and they're going nowhere. So now that you have those finger cymbals on your thumb and your middle finger, it is time to play. You want to just start making noise with these. Get a feel for how they feel in your hands and sort of play around with all the different sounds that they can make. So you might want to play with a ringing sound. You can also play with a clacking sound. And you can make up sounds. And just kind of have fun with them and see how it feels to play them. There are several basic sounds that we use a lot in belly dance, and the one that I think probably gets the most play would be called the ring or the basic ring. I call it the basic, and you're going to start by just bringing that top zill down to your thumb zill, making a nice connection, maybe totally head on or maybe slightly offset, and then opening that middle finger zill to allow the ring to come out of the finger cymbal. So it's really important to think about connecting and then immediately sort of drawing the sound out of the zill. Couple of things to help you get started. Keep the hands as relaxed as possible. You want to watch out for the other fingers kind of sticking up towards the ceiling because this is going to cause tension in your hand and it's going to slow you down once you want to start playing faster. So you want to think about the other fingers being relaxed, being curved, but not laying down on that top zill unless you're wanting to muffle the sound to prevent a ring. So now that you have those finger cymbals on and you've played a little bit with some sounds, we want to start making rhythmic patterns. My suggestion to you to get started is just to alternate your basic ring and walk around your house. Literally just get the feeling of playing, making music, right? Because you are now making music, and walking and moving at the same time. Because unless you are part of a marching band, which I was for many years, you may not have done this before. So get those basics going and take a little walk. You get bonus points if your walk is rhythmic. If I'm stepping 1, 2, 1, 2. If this is feeling good, start moving the arms. and pause. And that, my friends, is all it takes to get started playing the zills. It's really that easy. Now, of course, there is a world of fabulous things to learn from here, but putting them on your fingers and getting started is the hardest step of the journey. And you've already done that. So once you've picked up a pair of finger cymbals and started playing, I want to hear from you. Which finger cymbals did you buy? Because I always want to know. And how are you enjoying it? And if you are ready to take it to the next level and become the Zill star that you were meant to be, I invite you to join me for this free Jumpstart course at sahirabellydances.com/zillstar. That's ZILL. STAR. It's a course that will take you through the 4 basic sounds, how we can make some of the basic rhythms, and how we can start putting the zilling to our dance, which is where the rubber really hits the road. As always, don't forget to give this video a thumbs up and subscribe to my channel if you've enjoyed what you see here. And I look forward to making music with you again soon.